Oh, Father, hear me when I cry. Meditation from my heart and the words of my mouth. You may not go without. Alright. Push, higher, push, higher, push. Hey. Fast, higher, pray. Hey. Push, higher, push, higher, push. Hey. Tell every obstacle out of the way. Push, higher, push, higher, push. Fast, higher, pray. Hey. Push, higher, push. Yeah. Tell every obstacle out of the way. I got to do this with urgency. Yeah. Souls to win, this is emergency. Preach the gospel, set the whole world free. Yeah. Teach them to serve God with fervency. Yeah. Become for teach for more than one tenth. Some of them youth and I know conscience. I should up church now, no reverence. Blood up and rebuke all of them nonsense. Hey. Push higher, push higher, push. Hey. Fast higher, pray. Hey. Push higher, push higher, push. Fast me up, fast me up. Push higher, push higher, push. Hey. Fast higher, pray. Hey. Push higher, push. Tell every obstacle out of the way. She's given so much is required. I got to go higher. In me belly got a fire. We preach the word of the Messiah. There's no tomorrow to it today. All the must steps out I pray. Work to do me can delay. Yeah. Try me best for my leg to relay. I'll push higher, push higher, push. Fast higher, pray. Push higher, push higher, push. And every obstacle out of the way. Push higher, push higher, push. Fast higher, fast higher, fast. Push higher, push. Tell every obstacle out of the way. I do to work, my life is not my own. He paid the price, I can't do things my own way. Give me discernment in the spirit and soul. What my purpose on my road is. Him say I'm here to make a difference. Give them the truth and leave the pretense. No afraid to tell us in now repent. Son and Holy Ghost will be your three friends. So push them, I push them, I push. Pray them, I fast them, I pray. Hey. Push them, I push them, I push. Push them, I push them, I push. Fast them, I pray. Yeah. Push them, I push. Tell every obstacle, get out the way now. Push them, I push. God enough. Push them, I push. God enough. Push them, I push. God enough. All right. You might be wondering why is Doctor so excited today? Doctor, you seem so excited. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode. We're looking at domestic violence. We're going to be continuing with that discussion. I want to welcome everyone who is online, those of us who are watching us via YouTube and Facebook, the Dr. KJ Music. We want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Want to welcome first and foremost the Spirit of God with us. We can't do anything without the Father, and so we want to thank Him for having spared our lives to see yet another Saturday. I usually don't know dates, but I know today's date because it's a very important day in my life and the life of the beautiful lady sitting behind me. And so I know today is December 18th, right, honey?
Correct.
What is so special about today? What? Tell me what's special about today. What's special about today?
What's special?
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
What's special about today?
Today's the day.
Uh-huh.
17 years ago.
Wow. That's a hell of a
I
long
what?
time. That's a hell of a long
I said
time.
I do to
Oh,
you.
oh, you said you do.
Yes.
All right. By the way, guys, today is our anniversary.
Anniversary, yeah.
We're celebrating 17 years of marriage, and I've known her for 27 years. So it's quite a long time, right? I hear somebody eating in the background. Who's eating?
Nobody ain't eating.
I hear some phone going crop crop.
It is a keyboard.
Which
I
one I
hear
keyboard?
not your keyboard.
Oh, the producer's keyboard. Okay, I know I hear something like somebody eating some chi chip.
What's your
Oh,
name, Chichi?
yeah. I tell you a story, guys. When we were going to be getting married years ago, the gentleman who was supposed to be fixing our clothes, well, we had our suits, the guys sewed, and the night before the wedding, we didn't get our clothes, and
The shirts and the
yeah,
ties, right?
yeah, the shirts and the ties, and we at the same time we couldn't find the gentleman who was responsible for putting our clothes together. And I remember it was about, what time was it again, honey? It was
About 12 o'clock.
about midnight.
About midnight.
My wife mother got mad. And mommy kick off the man door.
We had to go to the police station,
Mommy
right?
kick off the man door looking for our suits. And we had to go and report the matter to the police. It was it was so funny. It was really really funny. We reported the matter to the police, and the police came and said they understood, and we didn't find our clothes. By the way, we didn't find our clothes, and we had to go back to the gentleman's house. The rest of us, we went back to the gentleman's house trying to find him, and we called, and man, his wife was inside, and child, and they thought we were there to burn the house down or something like that. We were not going to do any of that, by the way, but we had it was an experience. And then I had two accidents that day. Remember? Two car accidents? Yes, I had two car accidents that day. I borrowed my father-in-law's car, and a gentleman ran me off the road, and then I called a friend of mine to pick me up, and he also met in an accident that same day. Two car accidents the same day of the wedding, the
Same
morning,
morning,
same morning of the wedding. The wedding was supposed to start at 1 o'clock. We never started until what,
about
3?
3. Mhm.
Yeah, 3. I mean, I know Nicole was ready, but her chief, and that was so strange because the chief bought a suit, and the suit couldn't
Fit.
fit. And while we were at the church, she was in the store trying to correct it.
First, she went to the shoe store.
Yeah, she went to the shoes. What, the shoes was a bit big or something?
She bought a size 8 and they gave her 1/8 and 1/8 and a half.
Oh my God.
So she had to go and change that one. And then the dress was too big. She had to go to the tailor to get it fixed. Oh Lord, that there was something.
Oh, then everybody thought that you, honey, was going to be crying, walking up the aisle,
No.
and stuff like that. What happened? What happened?
I was laughing and you were crying.
Who was crying?
You.
Me?
Yes, you were the one
I
crying.
was crying.
Yes, you were the one crying that day.
Oh my God! Yeah,
Well, I didn't have any time to cry because
you were so excited.
my father was giving me
A lot of jokes.
pure jokes.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, my daughter said I should turn up my mic.
Oh, okay. Maybe she wants to speak in it.
Oh yeah,
Okay. Or maybe
she said
speak.
she's not hearing me.
All right. So increase your volume so they can hear you. All right, everybody. That was just a little bit about us. We were just giving you a little bit of a story because today is our anniversary. Let me welcome the man of God with us today again, Bishop Revelina McPherson. Um, the producer is going to
Bless
put him up
you,
on the
Jesus.
screen so you can see him. Bishop, welcome, my brother. How has your week been?
Blessings, blessings. It's been a tiresome one, but I'm coping. I'm coping. Thank God.
Yes, man.
Blessings,
I,
everyone.
I like that. I like that blue and white there, man. That's
Thank you,
among my
sir. Thank
favorite
you.
color, you know.
Yes.
Yes,
Well, I
man.
wear it because today is your anniversary.
Ah,
Yes. Celebrate this year.
17 years, my brother.
Yes, man.
Also,
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
thank you so much, my brother. Also, want to welcome Dr. Shane Tull with us today again, our clinical psychotherapist. We're going to be delving deep. Dr. Shane, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? And congratulations on your anniversary.
Thank you so much, Doc, and Merry Christmas to you. I see your Christmas tree behind you.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you're getting ready. At least you're ready for
Oh,
Christmas.
I'm so ready. Yes.
Also, want to welcome Minister Kamika with us. She's in New York all by herself because her husband is technical director in the studio today. So her husband is in Georgia, Pastor Kelly. And here we have Minister Kimika. I see you pointing on his hand. You see, she know her husband's hand, you know? I saw her pointing at her husband's hand a while ago. He's trying to make sure you look pretty on the screen, prettier than us. All
Oh,
right. But what's going on? I see everybody in blue almost. Wait, you all in blue today? I feel blessed. Dr. Shane,
Syner- Synergy. Good. It's
yeah,
good synergy. All
yeah,
right. Good.
happy anniversary.
thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. We've been having a good time. We've been having a good time. This year, we just decided to stay home and relax and just enjoy each other's company, you know. So we've been doing just that. And, to God be the glory. After 17 years, we have weathered many storms. But here we are again. And I'll tell everybody this, when Nicole and I got married for the first, I would say about 7 years, for the first 7 years, we didn't know we were going to make it. Yeah, we didn't know we would make it. It was a roller coaster. Things were hard, things were difficult, but to God be the glory. After 17 years, we can say, hitherto had the Lord been good
Amen.
to us. He has been mighty good to us. The union has produced three children. Our first son died years ago. Mr. Producer, we're hearing your keyboard. Our first son died years ago. And after that, the Lord blessed us with two more beautiful children, Amoye and Nicole. Let's get into domestic violence. Doc, I'm going to begin with you today. And by the way, guys, towards the end of the program, we have 10 questions that we'll be asking today. So 10 persons will be blessed today. 10 persons will be blessed today. Now, if you win one of the questions, give somebody else a chance to win. All right. So we want 10 different people. Now, mark you, if you know the answer to another one and you've won, you can call a friend and tell them to come on, or a family member, and give them the opportunity to win as well. That's totally okay. All right. We're going to be giving away some credit this evening. We're going to be blessing 10 people with some credit. If you're in the United States or anywhere at all, you can enter as well. If you enter, you can pass a credit on to somebody, a relative or a friend, in Jamaica. All right. All right, Mr. Doctor. Domestic violence. Let's look at it. Abusive relationship. How difficult would it be, in your experience? I don't know. I'm here. You sure that's a keyboard of the producer because it's really annoying. Right. Um, how difficult it is for a woman, for example, to leave her home, after being beaten or abused when children are involved.
It's extremely difficult because you have to think about where is she going to go? What are there any are there systems out there that will help her? Does she have family? Does she have friends? Will the community and the church support her if she leaves? And you also have to think that in the heart of that woman, she wants this marriage to work. She don't want to separate her children. And I think our children are one of the reasons that we stay in situations because we believe that we don't want to move them away and hurt and to separate the family. But I think it's important to think about if you're being harmed, your children are being harmed. Even if they're not being physically harmed, the fact that they they encounter they witness the abuse, they are going to be they are going to be affected. They will be traumatized. So I think as hard as it is for someone to move, you we really have to galvanize around that person and give them the support that they do need. So when they do move, it makes sense and they're in a place where they don't have to go back because a lot of women leave and because of the circumstances of security and not having the support system, they end up going back. And whenever they go back, it's even worse. And we have to think what's the message we're sending to our children if we're in an abusive relationship, we leave and we go back. It's very important to think of the messages that we're sending to our children as well.
I am going to share a story, and then I'm going to begin with you, Minister Kimika, with the questioning on that story. I find it very disturbing. Now, the story is this: a husband and a wife. All right. So the husband physically abused his wife in the presence of his co-workers. Right. Now, one of the co-workers, it is alleged, is liked by the husband. She's liked by the husband, and so, there are some men. Whenever they see somebody else that they like, they tend to disrespect their wives and stuff like that, and vice versa. And so the co-worker was picked up in the car where the husband and the wife was, and the wife was a bit, what I would say, insecure because she saw where the husband was treating the co-worker nicer than her, and so she took offense to it, and so she started acting out, making her displeasure and her not being satisfied with what's going on known. And the husband got furious because of that and hit her right there in the presence of everyone. I mean, put his hands in her face. Um, it was so bad that before he picked up the co-worker, it was raining, and he spent some time to make sure that she was sheltered and all of that. And then shortly after, his wife and child was left in the rain, but he didn't care at all. The hitting went on. The police was called. She turned her phone off. That's a female. Turned her phone off after she made the call. So the police, they were not able to track down where she was. Now, eventually, when she got home, she turned the phone on, and the police found her. They came and knocked. And when the police came, though she had some bruises on her face and all of that. She told the police, it was just a little accident and everything was okay. She didn't press charges against him, but after the police left, the abuse continued again. What would you say to that woman, from a woman to a woman, in a situation like that, based on what could be seen on the out front? We're not even talking about what might be happening behind the scene, because obviously there are some grave things happening behind the scene. What advice or what suggestion would you give to a woman in that predicament?
Wow, wow. First thing, she needs to seek help from someone. I don't know if it's a pastor or someone in the community that can help her, some organization that can provide support for her, because there's a lot of companies out there that can help her get a job. If he's a provider and she's afraid to leave because he's the one that bring money in the house, she could actually speak to an organization that could help her get a job, get an education, get a job for herself so she could take care of her kids. And they're also ways that she can get a go in the shelter, go in a homeless shelter. If she can't get an apartment at the same time, she could go to the domestic violence organization, and they could put her and her kids somewhere and take care of her until she can manage herself. Because staying in that relationship is not healthy. He's gonna keep disrespecting her, and worse, when he's dating somebody or trying to sleep with somebody else, he's gonna keep slapping her in front of them regardless and treat her bad. So she has to put herself first and her kids. But be wise doing it. Don't do certain things in front of him. And she knows that he's gonna keep slapping her in the face when she's around other people. If he's flirting with somebody, I would keep quiet. I wouldn't say nothing in public because I know he's gonna slap me in public. So I'm gonna keep quiet. And sometimes even when I get home, I'm not gonna say anything. What I'm gonna do, I said, God help me. Father God help me. I'm in this relationship. This man is abusing me. I cannot take it. You are my heavenly Father. You didn't bring me this marriage for me to go through this. I need your help. And me praying to God at the same time, searching what organization can help me get out of this marriage, because this is too much and I can't bear it. And my children are going to grow up and, probably abuse. If it's a girl, she's going to used to it, and then her partner going to abuse her. Maybe she's going to do the same thing to her partner. The kids are going to grow up and do the same thing. So I have to seek what organization that could help me. Plus, ask God to help me and be wise doing it, and don't push anything in my husband's face, because he's gonna see what's going on and it might get worse and probably end up killing me too. So I have to be very wise if I'm gonna do anything.
Nicole, as a woman, a case like that comes to you, how would you approach it? How would you deal with that situation?
Well, I agree with Minister Kimiko on that. Seek help. Um, yeah, the best thing, and maybe too. Well, I would keep quiet and try to deal with it in privacy, knowing that he would probably, maybe he needs help too, because he probably has an anger issue, so he probably needs help too. So maybe I would try to see if I could get him to go counseling or something, maybe. But you'd have to, that is kind of sticky to really approach him. I don't know, but maybe she should try to maybe see his headspace too, because sometimes he could be going through a little issue that maybe what she said to him probably stir something. So maybe she is even an angry person. So I don't know, but I would seek help. Try counseling first, and then we take it from there.
Bishop McPherson, let me bring you in here, sir. Uh, the part where he hurriedly went to pick up the co-worker because it was raining, and so he didn't like the fact that she was getting wet. And but when it was time for his wife, because his wife went shopping to pick up a few items and brought the baby with her. But when it was time to pick her up, he was in no hurry to get her out of the rain you know, and mark you, the wife is aware that he hurriedly went to get the co-worker. Do you think that would have given her the right to probably snap in any way? And should the gentleman express some amount of understanding, knowing that, you know, the wife is reacting because of his action, rather than slapping her in her face?
Okay. Can you hear me clearly? Because I'm having some technical difficulties. That's why you see
Yes,
I'm
we're hearing you.
looking all over the place. Can
Yeah,
you
we're
hear
here.
me? All right. So in that situation,
All right, Dr. Shane, let me take that same question to you. For some reason, Bishop is on pause. Yes, do you think, you know, the woman has, you know, some amount of right to snap there, and the gentleman should have probably exercised some amount of understanding as to why she's behaving that way, rather than slapping her in her face?
I think that it doesn't matter what we feel. Violence should never be part of the equation. She has a right to be disappointed because he's openly and publicly disrespecting her. That's his wife, that's the mother of his child. And if he disrespects her, what do you think the community and how do you think the community will respond to her? So I think as a human being, she has a right to be upset. I do think she also has a right to be smart and not to do things to trigger him. You know, I always tell people in this situation, especially women, and they always say, "Oh, I'm going to pray about it." My response is, I think you need to pray, but you also need to pack, you need to plan, you need to have an exit strategy. So it's
Yeah.
important to highlight that.
Yeah, you know, we grew up. Some of us grew up in an environment. I'm not sure. Bishop, you can hear me now. You were frozen a while ago. You can hear me now, right, sir?
yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes, I realize you're having some technical difficulties. So whenever you go freezing, we will just take that question to somebody else. So we do understand the
Okay.
internet issue.
Thank,
Yes.
thank
Um,
you, sir.
we grew up, Bishop, in an environment. Some of us, as church folks, and we were taught or advised, or, you know, we were told that whatever happens, we need to work it out. All right, we got to find a way to work it out, and most people would use scriptures to say, okay, this is what the Bible says, this is what the Bible says, this is what the Bible says. Now, there was another young lady who was grown up that way, and her husband was very abusive to her. But every time she goes to the pastor would say, "Oh, you're a Christian, you're a child of God," and you know, and he would allude to the fact that the marriage is a vow, and you promise each other that in sickness, in health, and until death do us part. And she somehow made an attempt about 15 times to leave, over 15 times to leave, but she just didn't leave because of what the pastor was encouraging her to do and not to do. And it got so bad in the relationship where her husband dosed her with acid, burned her up, disfigured her features, and all of that. Now, Bishop, was the pastor wrong to have encouraged this sister to have stayed in this violent situation to the point now where her facial, arguments are have changed. She spent over 3 months in the hospital as a result of that encounter, and and the man is still telling her how much he loves her. Should the pastor have done such a thing?
All right. Hope you can hear me. All right. The pastor, in the sense, have done something right, but he have done two things wrong. If a church sister or a church brother comes to you with a situation and you keep giving them the word of encouragement and they keep obeying, you, the minister, in somehow should try to involve yourself in taking care of such situation with the sister, trying to find out means and way to solve the situation. Because just saying the word alone cannot help, because at times you don't know what the other person is doing to the other person. So where you are run wrong again is that you never take action as a minister to try to reach out to the other half, to speak to him and try to encourage him as well. Because words can go a far way, can change a lot of things. So say for instance, you would have reached out to the husband. He could be a person who can discern very well and know that the husband is going to be violent. So he could tell him that, hey man, I see you gonna do this in the spirit, don't do it. And pray for him and perform a spiritual deliverance on him, and then probably the spirit that is influencing him to harm the wife, it could have left him, and then they could have a better result at the end. So the preacher would have been in the case wrong right there, because he only take one step in encouraging the sister. He should have encouraged the husband as well. Try to reach out to him, try to reach to him, because maybe he's the one that the spirit is using to harm the sister. So you should have, could have take that to a next course. All right.
Doctor, do you think?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you, Bishop. We're hearing you loud and clear. Doctor, do you think this pastor should be charged for allowing this man to have done this thing to his wife? Because the signs were there, by the way. The signs were there. It's not the first time he's abused her so bad. I mean, he stabbed her before. And now he dosed her with acid. And it was all out of jealousy. All out of jealousy. I don't know. You have some men who are really jealous, to the point where they would have done something so bad. Do you think this pastor should be held liable or accountable?
I think the pastor should be held accountable because this is a pattern. And, I believe in praying and supporting the couple, but he provided no refuge for the victim. And that's what the church does. We provide refuge for the people that are in pain, that are outcasts, and that are in trouble. And he did not provide that for the victim. So I think he contributed to her violence. And he kept sending her back into a situation that was only going to get worse. So I think it's important to recognize that it's important to have the pastor be a part and to be supportive, but he has to also be the change agent in the dynamic, that you have to go in.
What should the pastor have done in this situation where he knew what was going on? The woman made an attempt over 15 times to leave, and because of the pastor, she stayed. Now, what should have been the right thing for the pastor to have done in this situation?
Report the matter to the police, because I may be wrong. Bishop, you can help me out here. I think pastors are mandated reporters as well. And if you know that this man is treating this woman, why would you not report it? If you have knowledge that this same man was probably abusing one of the children in the house, would you not report it?
Bishop, you can take that one. Are we mandatory reporters that we have an obligation to report these things to the police? Do we?
Yes. Is that my question?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. We are like I would say like second in the regiment of policing in the country, or because we deal with real life situation. We can save a life or we can destroy a life. And I agree with what Doctor is saying, because as a minister, there are certain things that you can deal with as a minister. No matter how spiritual you are, there are certain things that the law has to get involved with. you know. So in that sense, yes, the matter should be reported where the abuse is concerned, you know, and once there is abuse in it, the law is it has to be involved because it can go out, it can escalate to a different matter where it can lose her life. Because in the case she got acid,
Mhm.
she could have lost her life if you know if it was for that he draw a weapon on her, he could have used that to destroy her. So yeah, the law has to be involved in that case, you know. But at the same time, you can pray for things to change because prayer is important, though the law is important as well. You know, because not every situation can be dealt with spiritual, right?
What
So
would you have done?
that is it.
Yes, Bishop. What would you have done, Mrs. Sweet, in a situation like that? Somebody comes to you, you know the husband is very abusive. And we're going to give you a story with the wife as well. We're just taking the husband because that is, most times it's a husband that is really abusive. But how, what would you have done in that situation? Somebody comes to you as a pastor's wife, perhaps, and share this with you. I'm also going to be asking that question, Mr. Kimika, as a pastor's wife. What would you have done? Would you have encouraged this person to leave? Would you have given her the option, or let her make her own decision, and then you leave it alone? What would you have done?
Well, it all depends on the situation, because sometimes it may not be so gross, but in that scenario though, I would have probably from the maybe the second time I would have probably told her, hey, you need to get out of this. Because I mean, once the person start getting abusive physically, because sometimes they abuse you with words mentally. It's not all the times they do it physically, but I mean, once they start get physical, it means that danger is there because this person might kill you. So I would have encouraged her to leave from maybe the second time the person put his hands on her. But sometimes too, well, I would probably send her to get to some institution to get help.
Minister Kimika, how do you deal with that situation? You're in that abusive relationship as a Christian, you're in the church, you love the Lord, you sing on the choir, perhaps you're the praise and worship leader, you're everybody knows that you have that role in the church. You're in that situation, or a sister is in that situation, but she leaves, but then she's now criticized, she's ostracized, she's talked about in a negative way. Oh, you shouldn't leave your husband, and you say you're Christian. Or what would you say to people who are degrading the woman for trying to save her life?
Well, first of all, we must not judge. You are not in the position of that person. If I was in that position, like, don't judge what she did because you weren't there when she was being battered and bruised night and day. You weren't there when she was going through all that torture, all that pain. So we're not supposed to judge people. You don't know the full story of the man and of the woman, what caused the relationship to be abusive. So when she get out, that could be the time for it to be said because she could have stayed in and be killed. So we need to stop judging and think about what the person I've been through, because I've been through stuff and you can't tell me anything, because if you never been through it, you can't tell me, oh, I should have stand it, because yes, we have to honor our vows, but at the same time, if you are being abused every single night, every single day, you are being tortured. If you don't sweep the floor, your husband slap you. If you don't cook his dinner, the dinner is not hot enough and he slap you. If you don't dress certain way when you go into bed and he hits you and then he broke your rib, he punch you in your eye, and all those things that you go through and your kids see it, you cannot stay in a relationship like that if the man do not want help. You seek the help, and you as a worship leader, you went to your pastor speak to him, and nothing happened, and you still going trying to serve God, and he's still beating you every single day, you gotta get out, because it's too much. And instead of you staying in a relationship and be killed, you get out. So we need to stop judge people unless we're in the same shoes that they're in, because your shoes and my shoes are not the same shoes. So you cannot tell me what I need to do for my life if I'm the one being abused and you're not the one taking the slap. Yes, the man might look cute and handsome and good outside, but at home he's an abuser, and he should never abuse a female like that.
Doc, I know you want to come in right there. Go ahead, Doc.
Where in the Bible is it said that we need to go through punishment and trials and tribulation? That's why Jesus Christ came.
I will
Amen.
That's our
Amen.
salvation.
ask that question.
That is our salvation.
Yeah.
How
what
years
does Jesus-
ago did it say, stay
What?
there for better or worse, or for beaten and not beaten? No.
No.
Let us stay.
I tell you this, Bishop, a lot of church people, Christian people, church goers, a lot of these folks are suffering as a result of being a church folk. They suffer because they are afraid of what people are going to say. As Minister Kimika says, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. We don't know when we see Sister Mary and Brother Tom out there all looking smiley and dabby, what happens when the door is closed.
Yeah.
Right? I have had conversation with many children as a guidance counselor who would tell me how abusive their father is to their mothers at home. But when you see them come on the school ground, you think they are the best thing sliced bread, Right? Them hug up on them, love, and it's all for a show.
True.
On the outside, but on the inside, they are being torn apart. And these things affect the children. Let our listeners aware that our children watches us. Children watches us. And if you should check the statistics, many children who grow up and beat their wives, they saw their father beating their mother.
Yes.
Or their spouse. It's a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. There are psychological aspect to it. Of course, issues that Dr. Shane deals with on a daily basis from a clinician, a clinical point of view. All right, because that's why he's a psychotherapist. He tries to get into your brain and to find out exactly what's going on and why you behave the way you behave and why you're so aggressive and why you're so angry and why you act so stupid and why you don't act so stupid. That's his job. That's his job. My job is to recommend, after he's finished with you, is to recommend what drugs you need to go on. What are the drugs you need to take for it? Yes, that's our job. And also, after he's done with you and he say, okay, sir, psychologist, she's crazy. She's mad. Now I hand her over to you and we're going to put her into a mental facility and we're going to treat her there until she's right. What I'm saying is that a lot of our women today are in a prison. They are in a prison, but they are afraid to even speak because a lot of them are threatened. They are threatened by the man that if you think you're bad, go down to church, go tell Bishop McPherson, wagwan in this house, and you see how much act like a strike, right? So whereas Bishop McPherson might get wind of it and might go to the house 1 or 2 times and talk about it, as soon as Bishop leave, she getting some buffing again, and she can't talk about it. And then as a church, we're going to come and talk about, oh, Minister Kimika, you must not leave your husband because the Bible says this and the Bible says that. But tell them to come take to the lick for you. And then we understand where you are go through.
Hey.
We have to be smart and we have to be wise. Bishop, I know you want to come in there. Go ahead, Bishop.
Yes, just to add to what you're saying with the silent treatment in the home, that's a killer for those believers who believe that, hey, I am born again, so I must keep my mouth shut. There's no in scripture that the Bible tells you to keep your mouth shut when you're getting beaten. There's only one part Jesus said, turn the other cheek. But that doesn't mean that you're going to turn your head a cheek to be abused and be misused and be wrongfully, you know, been treated. So as for those who are going through such a series in their life, they need to find somebody who they need to talk with. You know, it was just before I came on, I had an encounter with a sister from England. She called me and tell me about the situation that she's going through with her husband. And I said, you know, I will be with you, but I didn't just leave her there. And when she started to explain to me what she was going through, doctor, it was the same thing that we were talking about during the period of depression. You know,
Yes.
she locked herself in. She don't want to talk with anybody. Her kids are out there. She don't want to, you know, deal with nothing. So it's the same situation where most people they don't have nobody to reach.
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Oh, he cut off.
sometimes you
We
try.
lost Bishop right there. Go ahead, Mrs. Sweet.
Sometimes you try to. You're going through a situation and you try to talk to someone about it, and by the time you finish talking to them about it, Dick, Tom, and Harry here. So I mean,
Mhm.
in that case, what do you do?
You know, I like what you said there, Mrs. Sweet. There, and the truth is, sometimes Dick, Tom, and Harry needs to know, because some of these cases end up going to court. All right, and you can be subpoenaed. You can be subpoenaed by the court to give information that can also implicate you if you don't have evidence. All
No,
right,
but
or
okay,
you don't have witness, right?
okay,
So sometimes when Dick, Tom, and Harry is aware in this matter now, we're talking about this matter. We're not talking about the regular stuff that we
no,
know.
no. What I'm talking about, what if it is not you're not getting physical abuse, so it's not like the person is hitting you or anything like that, but the words that they say to you, it destroys you. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you try to take comfort in telling someone, and then they start telling everybody about it. I mean, I'm not talking about the physical abuse now, I'm talking about like mentally you're abused.
Yeah. We're going to
um
be looking at that because I Fancy Reedy did pose a question earlier when she said men are abused as well, and we should look at that a little bit. And we're going
Yeah.
to go there. And before my producer gets at me, let me ask everyone, please, to like and share. Like and share. They keep telling me, Doc, you are not saying it. And when you don't say it, the people don't know they should. All right. So if you're just joining us, welcome. If you're on Facebook, we welcome you. And those on YouTube, we want to surely welcome you. Welcome, welcome wherever you're joining us from. The names are just many to call at this time. And so we just want to do a blanket welcome. Don't forget, if you're just joining us a little later on, we have 10 questions that we're going to do. We do have fun at the end of our show every day for those of you who are joining us for the first time. And we usually ask one question. Today, we're going to be asking 10 questions. All right. And we're going to be putting them up on the screen in a little bit. Now, let's go to the men, Doc, those who are been abused as men. I'm going to share the story with you. Yeah, there it is on your screen. Men get abused too. Talk a little about that. Um, so there's this gentleman who's married to this Christian lady, and this lady is so deep in her Christianity that because of her Christianity, the man is suffering. Should I say this is PG? How much now? 13? PG 13?
I think it's late, too late for that.
Okay, okay. Because she's so saved, Doc, the man, she doesn't turn back way for her man. I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible. The man is not able to touch her clitoris.
Oh, Jesus.
The man is not able to. Some people enjoy oral. the man is not able to do or get. The only thing the man can get when she feels like is laying on top, what people know is known as missionary. That's the only thing. This man is so frustrated that he's now reaching out for help. And it's a gentleman who literally can get anybody, so to speak, that he wants, because he's well sought after, he has a good job, he's well educated, all of that. And he's been flocked all the time, with advances. People had, ladies advance at him. And he turned it down because he wants to respect himself and respect the vows that he took to his wife. But at the same time, behind closed doors, he is so frustrated. And he's now at the point where he is deciding that, okay, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. This is not fun in my relationship. You are too safe. You are too holy. You are too sanctified. He wants to go out there now and to get out there what he is not getting inside from his wife. Doc, is that abuse? And what should the woman be doing in this case?
Sorry for that guy. That's emotional abuse,
Right? Yes.
because it's a power dynamic. She knows what he wants, and to stay in that power, she withholds. That is a form of abuse. So how do we support?
Repeat that, Doc. Something about power. What did you say about power?
No, it's a power dynamic. She knows that he wants sex, and she's using sex as a weapon by withholding it. That's her power. That's the only power she has over him, and that is abuse. That is a form of abuse. But I would challenge you, though, if you go back into her history, there's some abuse there as well. Think
And I
about
have no doubt about that. I really have no doubt that, okay, there is abuse, and this is why premarital counseling is very important,
Mhm. Correct.
because now she is taking an abuse from the past
Mm-hmm.
into in the name of wanting to be careful. I
Yes.
am not going to repeat what happened to me in the past. But at the same time, you are emotionally damaging your husband. And
Mhm.
that can lead to, as Doc says, the power struggle. Let me tell you, ladies, we're not powerful. You see, that's something where God bless you with. Let me tell you something. If you use it, I have no power over an husband because I don't know it's a little power in it. You understand? And that's why me tell my wife all the time, you are power, but me are power too. You understand? So a power going to share equally. All right? It's going to share equally. But the fact is, we know women that you're all powerful. We know, and you know what I'm trying to say. You're all powerful. A lot of men are in prison because of that power. A lot of men died right now because of that power. A lot of men gone crazy because of that power. It is powerful, right? Let me ask you, why not use it against men? Why not do it? Minister, tell that one, why am I gonna do it? Huh?
I don't use. Well, I don't use it. I don't. I don't. But I know some female use it to control men to get what they want because I don't know, men love it. Men love it, so they'll do anything to get it. And you say no, and they wait until you say yes, and so it's a way to control men, but it's not good. And in her situation, I think she been through something in her past, so they're gonna need to go to counseling. She could go to a counseling by herself to deal with stuff that she has been through, and then she needs to do a couples counseling so that they could do figure out what to do in the marriage and so forth because she has been hurt. So something sexually happened to her in the past. So now she's putting on her husband and he doesn't know how to deal with it. So one thing I would say, he must not cheat. Don't cheat. Hold on. Because I don't if he cheats, he's gonna be hurt more and then it's gonna be more problem in the marriage. So he should just go to counseling and try to work it out. And if later on it doesn't work out, then she just separate and go their separate ways. She stays single, because if she's not willing to change, for a partner or husband or for somebody else in the future, then she should stay by herself, and he could move on and find somebody else instead of committing adultery. You move on, talk to God about it, you go through counseling and all of that, and you find somebody else that could please you in every possible way and respect you and don't control you using their
How long,
their thing
how long do you stay?
in the relationship.
Yeah, honestly.
Listen, it depends on them. It depends, because each case is different. Because you see, I could do it for like a couple weeks or a month. Because if you go to counseling, and the first thing in the counseling session, she'd say, "Okay, I'm not willing to change. I don't want to change anything about me. I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do." Well, right then and there, he knows that it's gonna be useless. But if she said, "I'm willing to work on it step by step," the therapist is going to say, "Okay, this week we're going to work on this. And the second week, we're going to go to this another level. And the other week, so you work on it." But the first time she said, "Nah," then you move on. Don't waste your time.
Bishop, Richard says, make sure it's a counselor they both don't know
Yes.
that they should go to. What's your take on that?
Yes, that can be a good thing. Can be a good thing. But I would say if you know the counselor very well and you know you have a good background, you could go to him as well. Because most counselors have they have more effect in their office more than some. Because I've seen persons who have gone to counselors who are what you'd say they're registered counselors, and I always say I'm just a mere man, that God uses, and the situation never changes. But you see, when they come to me and God give me the wisdom, they know me. One of them knows me like personally, and the other one doesn't know me he just know me because of prophecy and spiritual work. But they come to me and God fixed the problem for them. So that can help sometime, another time it may not help. But I would say, yeah, you can go to counselors that you don't know. It will be helpful in a sense. It's not every
I have,
counselors are true. Some would
I
take
have a
sides.
question for the bishop.
Go
Do
ahead.
you
Yes,
do you think that what you do spiritually and what a clinician would do on a psychological, emotional basis complements each other and would really help the couple?
and could you break it down a bit? I don't think I'm clear on what you're asking. I want to answer you directly.
Right. No, I'm saying when you
So let me
talk about
understand you clearer.
being with a couple and praying with them and doing your discernment and all the stuff that you do.
Internet.
Okay. Do you think that would complement
Doctor,
probably
I
what
never
I would
get
do
the
in a different way?
All right. So Bishop is freezing up, Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see him freezing up from my end. We're gonna wait for him to get a little more signal. But what are you hearing us now, Bishop?
Yes,
In
yes,
other
I'm hearing
words,
you.
to put it in layman term, what Doc was asking, what's the conflict between what you do versus what we do as clinician?
There's the only thing that I attend to spiritual aspect of it, where what you do too is very effective. Because most people are not spiritual. You will tell them something that is spiritual that they can't see with their naked eye,
Mhm.
but you who is spiritual can see it. But when somebody who can actually help them, who have studied this thing and understand it on their basis, they can help them too. And with that, they can, get relief and, get out of the situation just the same. It all has to do with the what plays up here. So, you have a lot to do with what goes on in the mind. So if you can break whatever is going on in the mind spiritually or through psychological terms, it's the same effect. But the spiritual side of it though, Doc, it goes deeper. Maybe you can do probably 90%, but when the spirit of God enter into a situation, it do 100%. In a sense that there's probably no side effects or stuff like that. It can lead to something else. Even as a psychologist, you can help them out of certain things, but then something that's attached to it, which probably the psychological person don't see. but then the spiritual person see it. Because I know we all know about witchcraft, and I have dealt with many of these things. The Bible talk about it a lot of times. There are other books that talk about it. It is real, right? And I've dealt with most of these situations where witchcraft is involved in the whole aspect of it, you know. And I'm just putting it out there to say, you know, as you being a counselor or a physician to help the person out, you probably can help him get out of certain things, the abuse and all, but the spiritual side where witchcraft is involved, that is something else. You know, you have to go into different, deeper depths for that. But
But
both works.
in my practice, I have involved the pastor in it, the imam, because I think we need a community to support the family. So
Family, yes.
even though they're coming to see me and I'm talking about their psychological and emotional issues, if they're part of a church, I really want them to reach out. And sometimes I would invite the pastor to the session. Because if we were able to build a community around them, chances are they would get through the conflict. So it's a good way for us to work together and to support this family.
Definitely.
Minister Kimika, let me ask you and Mrs. Wade this. I'm going to share something with you, and then as females, I want you to tell me your take on it. And then, Doc, I want you to put the psychological aspect of it, and we're going to go into, you know, actually domestic violence in the pandemic. Doc is going to give us a quick preview and overview of it. Don't forget, folks, he has his book on Amazon, Mental Health and the Pandemic. It's available on Amazon. He's going to be sharing that with us in a little while. Now, I dealt with a case recently where the woman had the opportunity to leave. She's been abused currently. She's still being abused. But she refuses to leave. Don't get, you know, lot of kicks and boxes and you name it. She refuses to leave. As a matter of fact, the man told her to leave. The man says, come out of my house. Leave. Go on about your business. But she refuses to leave. But every day she takes a few punches, you know, and stuff like that. And she refuses to call the police, and she refused anybody calling the police on her behalf. So I asked her, what is holding you back? He says you are to leave. You are complaining about being abused. And she responded to me by saying, she's not leaving because the man is so cute and she doesn't want any other woman to get him. So she's not leaving. Minister Kimika, take on that one. I see your face.
Really? The man is so cute. You know, when the man out there looking cute and more handsome than the one she has. Come on. That is not a good answer. That I think she's telling you a lie, Doc, honestly. The man is too cute and she don't want nobody.
I don't think she's lying. I will tell you my opinion in a little bit, but I don't think she's lying when she said that. Even the Bible says beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
Well, that is true.
So maybe that's beauty for her. You can never tell. You know, so I wouldn't go that far to say the man is not cute. I wouldn't go that far.
No, he's cute. He's cute, but I think that's not just the reason why she's staying with him. Not just because he looks cute, because there are many men out there that look cute and cuter than who she got. No matter who you have in your life, your partner, there's always somebody that looks better than your partner. You just choose your partner over that person. So probably there's something else why she's staying with him, because if he said to leave and you staying with him, even though he's punching you, and there's something, is she afraid of living on by herself? Is she afraid that she's not going to get somebody that's like him to love something about her? There's just something more deeper than that.
She might be insecure.
She's insecure.
So she's afraid that she won't get another man, maybe asking, though they have other men who are
cute as him. As cute as him. Probably something wrong with her.
Because I'm married already, but look at me. I don't know about Bishop McPherson and Doc, but I can talk for myself. You know, you won't be able to talk because, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to tell you my opinion yet, but let me hear from Mrs. Sweet. Mrs. Sweet, what would
Uh,
you say to that woman who refuses? She gets opportunity to leave, but she refused to leave because she feels that this man is too cute and she don't want no other man forget, no other woman forget him. Um,
I don't think that's the reason. Maybe she has nowhere to go, so she's just staying around.
she
That's
has
why she has nowhere else to go.
Some-
Maybe could be true.
something.
There's
Bishop.
something though. There's something that is holding. I don't think it's just the cuteness of the man.
No, right?
I don't
Now,
think so.
listeners, these are real life stories that we're telling you, real life stories, and we're trying to show you that people go through some ridiculous things and they hold on to some ridiculous things and they have some ridiculous ideologies and some ridiculous excuses and they stay in these abusive relationships and they get abused and they come up with these excuses. Oh, he's so cute. I don't want anybody else to have him. Yes, Mrs. Sweet.
You know what came to mind too? Probably she was grown in a home, in a broken home, and she probably don't want the same thing for herself. So she preferred to stay in the abuse and not leave
Let
because
me tell
maybe
you
her
why.
parents were separated and she was grown with a single parent. So she
Let,
probably don't want that for herself
let me tell you
now or
why.
something. I don't know.
Let me tell
I'm
you why.
just brainstorming.
Yeah, let me
Right?
tell you why that is wrong on every level. She has no children for this man.
Something wrong with her. Insecure.
Absolutely no
Well,
children
maybe she
for
don't
this man.
feel secure about herself still. She
Yeah.
feel secure. Maybe she feel that she's not pretty. Maybe she feel like nobody else will want her or something. I don't know.
Something.
There's a lot of factors that could
That
cause her.
goes deep.
But
Yeah.
if the man is telling her to leave and she decide not to leave, probably she don't have anywhere else to go.
Doc, do you think this is a self-esteem issue?
This is a very deep issue
Right.
because if you really think about the fact that she probably came from a broken home, a broken family, and she meets this person and he's her everything. She doesn't want to leave that, or she just liked the situation they're in. And sometimes you have to respect couples where they are because they may know the relationship is toxic, it's broken, but they refuse to leave, and you just have to respect that. Like, hey, I don't recommend you guys stay together, but if you decide this is what you need to do, there's not much you can do.
Mm.
I wanted to say my piece, but it would be too gross for this broadcast right now. Yeah, I hear what you said, but I don't even believe none of that is going to help her. To be honest with you, I just think she's stupid. Um, I heard Mrs. Wade says maybe she has nowhere to go. Yes, she has more than enough places to go. Her family keeps telling her to get out of that
Wow.
relationship
Well,
and to come home, so she has somewhere to go. Um, I honestly think that we just have some stupid people who is out there and they will do stupid things. It doesn't matter how much you
she
try to
having
help
some
them.
That
psychological
is true.
issue.
I see my
It's
passion
deep.
asked about her financial
It's deep.
stability. She has a good job. She
Wow.
earns.
Will
She
support
earns.
this
She's
one.
earning. So she doesn't have to depend on this man.
Uh,
She doesn't have, she has no kids, no. So as far as I'm concerned, that we have ruled out all of that. She doesn't she has place where she can go. She's financially stable. She has no kids for this man. And somebody's asking, she probably has some real self-esteem issue.
yeah.
Clearly,
Yeah,
True.
yeah, she has some real
Oh
deep
Wow.
wow.
self-esteem issues. Richard says she thinks she failed. Family who maybe from one day told her it wasn't going to work. Richard, you're heading somewhere. Yeah, Richard, you're heading somewhere. You're heading somewhere, and she don't know want them family.
Okay.
did tell her that.
Yeah, take it and leave. Take
Yeah.
it. I told you so. And
But,
leave.
Yeah.
but family also know what's going on.
Mm.
So that should have given her some courage
Mhm.
to at
And
least,
support.
because these are the same family members who are trying to support her to say, hey, come out of this. We know we told you not to get into this because this boy is an abuser from long time. But because you think he's so cute, I don't know. Maybe the sort out good. You don't know. You understand? Because you have some women who they will do everything for that sort out. Me not know she eat them stew peas.
No.
What is funny?
No.
I believe it's a stronghold, though. Maybe it's a strong.
Yeah.
Bishop,
She just don't want to go. She's fine.
She need
She's
deliverance too.
okay.
Yeah.
She's good in her dysfunction. It's okay.
Wow.
Just leave her alone.
read that comment up, Mr. Producer. I want to read it. Go ahead, Doc. Sorry about that.
She will get her when she's ready.
I agree. She will leave when she's ready. Clearly,
That's true.
she's
That
not
is
ready.
true.
She's
I
not
was
ready.
in one and I lived when I was ready.
Yeah.
Now,
She will get out when she's ready. Bishop, we
Oh,
all
God.
stay in a relationship that's not working and still try. She will leave when she's ready.
Yes.
What if when she's ready it's too late?
Well, wow.
these questions is I was going to.
Anyone you can answer, Mrs. Wade, anyone. What if when she's ready, fancy ready? What if when she's ready it is too late? What if when she's ready that man decides before you go to that door, I'm gonna shoot you?
Well,
It's the chance she took.
yeah. It's a risk
Right.
she got to take.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sad but she risk
And
everything that
and you have to realize that she's actively and consciously decided to stay in this situation, even though she has all this support and resources that she can get out. So it's not like
I think.
she don't have a job, she's dependent on him, she's destitute. No, she is completely independent, but she chooses to stay in this dysfunction. There's
Stop.
nothing we can do.
Is that her first relationship?
No, it's not her first relationship.
Okay.
Not her first.
make-
Just Bishop, you wanted to say something.
Because I know
Yes,
that
sir.
many,
Didn't want
many
to-
women-
Hold on there, Bishop. Go ahead.
I
Mrs.
know
Wade.
that many women, when they always want to stay with their first true love. So I mean, I thought it was her first relationship,
No, it's not.
but maybe it's the first one she ever loved or whoever show her love. So
Yeah. Something.
yeah,
Show her
there's
love with those
something-
kind of beating.
no, but
Before
maybe
he started to beat her.
I'm sure it was he never start beat her the very first in the beginning of the relationship. I'm positive of that.
No, he probably did, but she was so caught up in the cuteness, it didn't matter.
Let me
So
back.
cute.
Let me back up. Remember, before she entered in that relationship, she was warned.
Yeah, but maybe some people don't learn until they actually get in the situation. That's when they learn.
She's still learning.
And she's not learning.
She's still learning.
No, no, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, they told her that the man is abusive.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But she wants to know for herself. So, okay, yes, he abusive for true.
What
So she
more know? She want to know when every day she's experiencing. Remember, no,
But
no.
they're not
She,
understanding
no, no.
what I'm
She
saying.
is the one who is complaining that the man is abusing her, but she love him. He abuses me. I don't like the abuse,
Well,
but I'm going to stay because I'm cute.
well, they said some women, I don't know how true it is. They say if the man no beat them, the man no love them. So maybe she's one of them.
Yeah.
She's in love.
So why complain?
So she, well, I don't know.
And maybe she thinks she deserved the beating. Maybe probably she did something and she thinks she deserved the slap, the kick, whatever. You know, something.
Guys,
Yeah.
domestic violence is real. Bishop,
Yeah.
you wanted to come in. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. In that situation, there is a soul tie. The Bible tells us if we sleep with an harlot,
Yeah.
we become
Become
an
an
harlot.
harlot.
So you see, this thing that she is holding on to is a spirit. And that's why it's very important that you know the type of person that you lay in bed with, the
Yes.
type of person that you sleep with. Because let me tell you, If you lie with somebody that lie with somebody in past years who never renounced those sexual desire, you can actually come in contact with those demonic sexual spirits, and you start having the urge to do sex in a different manner. Let me share something with you. I don't want to put anybody information out there. But there was this couple that been married, and it's like her husband have desire to have anal sex. And I said, hold on. Now I'm a man of God who preach against these things. I hit out against all those nastiness. Now, when he came to me with it, I said to her, listen, I know that there's something. I need to speak to your husband. She said he will not speak to anybody. I said, do you know that this spirit has transferred from him to you? And she said, I don't how. I said, you slept with him because you never do a spiritual cleansing concerning your marriage. And this person has this desire because he was abused when he was smaller. And she said, how did you know that? I said, the spirit revealed to me that this is what happened. So he has this desire in him. No, she never understood what I said. So I said, listen, you need to come that I can get both of you delivered. Because if I get you delivered, the husband is still going to have the same spirit. So what happened? I did the deliverance on her. And a few months down the line, I didn't hear back from her. She started to say, Rev, you know that the relationship is not going well. And it's like, I'm not having interest no more in man. I feel like I want to do woman.
Wow.
It's done.
Yeah.
And I said, you know why? I said, that same spirit that came from your husband, which was a soul tie, has destroyed your marriage because you never seek spiritual help. And in a case where this lady now don't want to leave, it can be that spirit trapper.
Yeah.
That same spirit that have the desire of cuteness or him look good. Same spirit. It's fantasizing.
Yeah.
That's a whole
Spirit
topic,
of
Bishop, and we're gonna take that topic one night. That's a whole topic, and that's a lot
you
of
know what I
people.
go there? Yes, just leaving that
That is
in.
so true. Demons are transferable,
Yes.
folks. And that's why they always say be careful who you lie with, because when you lie down with them, other stuff can be transferred to you. Yes, this is real. I want my producer to put these two comments up. Miss Crawford, Antoine Crawford, made a comment. Let's see if we can get that on the screen. She says, I was once in an abusive relationship. Yes, there it is. I was once in an abusive relationship and she left. This man was my first and he boxed me, and I also have a child for him, but she left. No, that's a sensible woman.
Yes.
Isn't that a sensible woman? Yes. Though she has a child for him, she realized that keeping her life is much better than being with this man who eventually might just kill her. Right? Francis says, I was in a similar situation. I am a realist. And she left as well. There goes another sensible human being. My passion says, give her space. It is not our role to solve everything. Don't be too hard on yourself. I want you to put up Miss Bennett comment. Frederick Bennett. She says she probably saw that type of love growing up. This is why it is important for kids to grow up seeing healthy expressions of love. And I think this is so powerful. I think this is so powerful. She don't like the abuse. She probably, that's because, you know, some ladies, they don't grow with any form of love. So anywhere they think love is, they're going to gravitate towards it because they feel that, hey, I'm feeling some type of way that I never felt before. So this got to be love. And sometimes it really isn't love. There's a comment. She probably saw that type of love growing up. This is why it is important for kids to grow up seeing healthy expressions of love. And I agree with you 100%, Mrs. Bennett. I really agree with you. How important it is, Doc, for children to be shown love in the home. Really, really.
It is as vital as the food we give them. Because when we express love, we're teaching them what love looks like and what it should be like. and what they should expect as
Yeah.
they grow up.
Yes. Let's talk about your book a little bit, Doc. Um, Mental health and the pandemic. Give us a preview of your book and tell us how we can acquire a copy.
Um, I I came up with the idea of doing the book because of the global pandemic. And what I really wanted to do was to break down mental health, depression, and all the things that we have been experiencing even before the pandemic, but was so much more crystallized during the pandemic. So I wanted to come up with a book in very layman's terms that at the end of reading this book, you could feel you will be supported in the fact that you are more aware of what mental health is. You're more aware of your own mental health, and you're also aware of signs that you can look for, not only in yourself but in the lives of the people around you if they're experiencing a mental health crisis, and what you can do to support them as well. So I think I do believe that mental health has become the pandemic within the pandemic, and almost we're almost going into 2 years, and the pandemic is still raging. As you know, the new variant that is out. So our mental health continues to be challenged, and especially in countries where we're from, where we don't talk about mental health, we don't talk about feelings, we don't talk about the things that are bothering us. So I really want us to have this regional discussion within the Caribbean, moving through into North America about what is mental health, and it's okay not to be okay, but it's also okay to seek help when it's needed. And if the help is from the church, that is great. Sometimes I think we need both. We need the church and we need a good clinical person to work together. But I really want us to really have a discussion about mental health and about the importance of it in our daily lives, and so we can move away and demystify what mental health is and make it a part of a part of our daily conversations, where we can be more healthy. We can show, if we're aware of our mental health, I believe mental health is health. So the same way we take care of our physical health, if we pay that attention to our mental health, I think we'll be much better people. We'll show up as better partners and husbands and wives and children. And we will also emulate those things to our children, so they'll get a chance to see what love is and what support is, and to see what we do as a community if someone is experiencing a mental health crisis, how we can galvanize around them and support them.
Yes. How can we get copies of your book?
It's the book is it's on Amazon, and you can go on Amazon. It seems to be doing pretty well after last week. I don't know what you told your viewers, but we did very well. We did very well last week. So it's a pleasure to come back. But I really want us to have this. I think if we can have a conversation around mental health and spirituality and how they really work hand in hand. If we can attend to our spiritual needs and our emotional needs, we are going to be better Christians. We're going to be more compassionate. We'll be more understanding and less judgmental.
Yeah.
So I really think this is a forum and this is an opportunity where we can marry these two things and really come up with really good solutions for ourselves and our families moving forward.
We want to encourage everyone. If you have not yet gotten a copy, just head on over to Amazon.com, and it's on your screen. Get yours on Amazon today, and let us support Dr. Shane. Dr. Shane, as soon as I come off the live, I will be making my order, and my wife and I will ensure we read it. We're also going to buy a few copies, and we're going to give them as gifts to persons who listens to us on a regular basis. All
It's
right.
a great stocking stuffer for Christmas.
Yes. Yes. We're going to make sure that Bishop Revelina gets one as well. Yeah, we're going to ensure. Right, Bishop? All right. All right. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you, Minister Kimika. Thank you,
For my
Bishop.
church.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Mrs. Wade.
Thank you.
Just stick around, guys. We're going to have some fun at this time. My producer is going to put the first question up. If you're on YouTube, come on over to not YouTube, on Facebook. Come on over to YouTube, and you're going to be winning from YouTube, not Facebook. All right. So if you're listening over on Facebook, hop on over onto YouTube, because this is where we're going to be taking the answers to the question. All right. So, Mr. Producer, you're going to shoot the first question up. All right. So let me shoot them up. You can give me a full screen, Mr. Producer. Let me shoot the question up. All right. Give me a full screen, Mr. Producer. Question number 1. 3 doctors said that Bill was their brother. Bill said he had no brothers. Who is lying? Who is lying? We're going to be giving away some credit, $1,000 worth of Jamaican credit, whatever network you're on. All right. And we have 10 questions. So the first one is, 3 doctors said that Bill was their brother. Bill said he had no brothers. Who is lying and why? Fancy Reedy says the brother. Richard White says Bill. No. Who is lying? Ta-da-da. I'm going to play a song while we wait for some responses.
One of those days. Weeping may endure until 15.
Oh, Jamaica lady says the 3 doctors. No. My passion says no one. It can be 2 different Bill. You're onto something. Fancy Reedy says the brother. After one Shaw hit says 3 doctors. Child coming out of money. Kimika Williams says no one. The 3 doctors are girls, so they are his sisters. After one whole night about it. Antoine Crawford says doctor was telling the lie. Situations had me up.
No way I talk.
And when I try to pray. So, all right, let's give this one to Minister Kimika. No one. The 3 doctors are girls. That's the right answer. The 3 doctors are girls. So Bill has no brothers because the 3 doctors are female. All right, congratulations, Minister Kimika. So you are out of the competition for now. Mrs. Wade, can you just write down the names of the winners for us? For those of you who will win tonight, take this number down: 770-873-7625. You're going to send us your number so the credit can go to the whatever phone you want it to go to. All right, that's 770-873-7625. All right, question number 2. 5 sisters are busy. Anne is reading, Rose is cooking, Lucy is playing chess, and Mary is doing laundry. What is the 5th sister doing? What is the 5th sister doing? So 5 sisters are busy. Anne is reading, Rose is cooking, Lucy is playing chess, and Mary is doing laundry. What is the 5th sister doing? Fancy Reedy says nothing. Let's take the music again.
One of those days. Weeping may endure until 59. But
Fancy Reedy says they're busy doing nothing. Richard said watching the 4 sisters. TMP says watching.
Not in morning.
All right, let's give this one to Miss Bennett. Yes, Miss Bennett playing chess with with Lucy. It takes two people to play chess. That is correct. So, Miss Bennett, just WhatsApp us your number, 770-873-7625. Congratulations. Question number 3. And that's for another 1,000 Jamaican credit. How is this possible? A woman shoots her husband. She then holds him underwater for 5 minutes. She hangs him. Finally, she has a nice dinner with him. How is this possible? How is this possible? A woman shoots her husband. She then holds him underwater for 5 minutes. She hangs him. Finally, she had a nice dinner with him. How is that possible?
After one whole night of money, shy coming out of money, shy coming out of money, shy coming out of money.
TMP says the husband wasn't dead. Fancy Reader says she washes his t-shirt.
Situations had me up.
No way I talk about it.
And
Natalie Holness says photo taken of him.
rough.
Really?
Me know me Bible from back to front. Holy Ghost feel like speaking tongues. Yet my back was up against the wall.
All right, we're going to give that one to Natalie. Okay, yes. And she continues, develop film in the dark room. Yes, that's the answer. She was developing a film in the dark room. Congratulations, Natalie Holness. So we're moving on to the next question. The next question, this one should be easy, all right? It says a bus driver and a doctor were in love with the same girl. The bus driver had to go on a trip for a week. He left the girl 7 apples. Why?
The struggle's real, got it up till it chakra. Water more than flour and no food.
A bus driver and a doctor were in love with the same girl. The bus driver had to go on a trip. You know what? Let's call this girl Kimika. What? And let's say Pastor Kelly is a bus driver. And so he had to go on a trip for a week. So he left Kimika 7 apples. Why?
Try coming and
TMP says to keep the doctor away. We're going to give you that one.
Right.
Congratulations. Yeah, so 1 week is 7 days. So the girl eats apple 1 day each week. And yes, one apple each day. All right, so TMP, congratulations. 770-873-7625. All right, congratulations to you. Let's go to the other question. I believe that's question number 5, right? Now, what breaks on water but never on land? What breaks on water but never on land?
Oh, Father, hear me when I cry. Meditation from my heart and the words of my mouth. You may not go without. All right, push higher, push higher, push. Hey, hey, push higher, push.
All right, congratulations to Richard White. Yes, the answer is waves.
No, it's not him.
Yeah, Richard.
Oh.
No, Bennett, you won already, Bennett. You
Yeah.
can only win once. All right?
You try to get it.
Yeah, so Richard.
Yeah.
Bennett won already. You can only win one time. All right? All right, so Richard came in first after Bennett and says waves. So remember, you can only win one time. Antoine Crawford says a man and a woman having sex. Okay. All right, let's move on.
No, sir.
Let's continue. Can you find the mistake? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's the mistake?
Oh, Father, hear me when I cry. Meditation from my heart.
Can you find the mistake? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Testing, testing.
I push, hey, fast, I pray, hey, push,
Natalie Holdness, you won already.
every obstacle out of the way.
You can send the answer to a relative of yours. Tell them to come on and win some credit, all right?
Hey, push
Sister Vivian, you're behind time.
every obstacle out of the way.
Jamaica lady says 8 is black. Let me look. 8 is black. Well, it's purple on my screen still, but that's not the answer.
The gospel set the whole world free. Yeah.
Richard White says mistake. Although you won already, Richard. All right? You won already. DJ Javon Williams says 6. 6. What can you find the mistake?
All of them nonsense.
Fancy Reader says no mistake. Incorrect.
Fast, I pass.
Question Brown says the D is written 2 times. Yes. All right, look at the question good. Can you find the mistake? Yes, D is written 2 times. 2 times. Congratulations to Question Brown. All right. Here we go. What is that? All right. The next question is: a cow has 3, a girl has 4. What is it? A cow has 3, a girl has 4. What is it? Remember, if you win already, you can send information to somebody else to win something as well. All right? You won't be able to win twice. All right? What's the answer?
Peace with him. Here comes the sin.
My God. Anchor your soul in the rock of ages. Make sure your feet are solid rock. Safe and secure in the Lord Jehovah.
All right.
Yes.
On hits. Congratulations. She says letters. Yes, a cow has 3 letters and a girl has 4 letters. Yes, congratulations, Sean T. Hits. Don't forget to send your information over to 770-873-7625. And you left us the information. What is the number you need the credit on? And if it's a Digicel, Lime, Flow, you name it, whatever it is, let us know. All right. And the credit will be sent to your phone. Next question. I shoot, but never kill. What am I? I shoot, but never kill. What am I? What am I?
Peace with him. Here comes the sin.
All right. Congratulations to Jovain. Jovain says camera. Congratulations to Jovain. Yes, the correct answer is camera. A camera shoots but never kills. Next question. People buy me to eat but never eat me. What am I? People buy me to eat but never eat me. What am I?
Peace with him. Here comes the sin.
All right, so that Nicole right there is actually Cynthia Reed. He's using my son handle, and she rather is mommy. Sorry about that, mom. She's using my son handle, and so she says utensils. No, mom, you're close enough, mommy. You're onto something. But which? Oh my God, Garnet Dawkins. Yes, plate. Yes, people buy plate to eat, but they never eat the plate. Congratulations. Congratulations to you, Garnet. Now, number 10 is coming up. This one is going to be a little more trickier. And so for this one, you are going to be given the credit, but not $1,000. You're going to be given $2,000 worth of credit for this one. All right, so here we go. Number 10. There are 6 letters in this picture. 6 letters. You are going to type the 6 letters. Not word, not letters. Sorry, 6 words. There are 6 words. Why did I say letters? There are 6 words in this picture. 6 words. You're going to type the words and send them. 6 words. Here we go.
Show your hunger, show your hunger. Make you say your hunger, oh. Show your hunger, show your hunger. Make you say your hunger, oh. Show your hunger, show your hunger. Make you say your hunger.
So we're going to let you enjoy the music while you look for the 6 words. 6 words in this picture. Can you find them?
That your hunger, oh. Make peace be still. Here comes the sea. Comes the sea.
My God! Anchor your soul in the rock of ages. Make sure your feet are solid rock. Safe and secure in the Lord Jehovah. Hallelujah, your anchor hold. Anchor your soul in the rock of ages. Make sure your feet are solid rock. Safe and secure in the Lord Jehovah. Hallelujah, your
My passion is onto something. My passion, you're onto something. But there are 6 words. You send 2.
look and make it look real.
Fancy Reader says mom, dad, cat, dog, daughter, son. Good try, Fancy. Good try.
Anchor your soul in the
Antoine Crawford says book, lady man, cat, lamb, tree, dog. Good try.
safe and secure in the Lord.
Shanicia says read, novel, book, story, page, words. Yes. Congratulations. That's it. And there the answers are. I'm going to put that up on the screen. So we have book. If you look in the gentleman eyeglasses, you will see book. We have where the woman is reading, that's story, STORY. On the tree, there's words. On the son, the young man, there's pages. Between the dog and the girl, it's a read. And on the sofa is the word novel. Yes.
Yeah, so
Congratulations to all our winners. Congratulations to all our winners. Uh, this was fun. This was fun. A round of applause to all our winners. All our winners. All right, the producer is going to put everybody back up on the screen. Don't forget, you can send your information to 770-873-7625. All right. Richard White says it looked like he needs glasses. Fancy really says it was fun. Natalie Holdis Dawkins says she enjoyed this. And Garnet Dawkins says this was nice. You know, we just have to have a little fun every now and then. And we hop over to YouTube. YouTube, all right. For those over on YouTube, thank you so much, brother Andre, my brother Lionel. Nikki Allen, you got played right, but you should have come over to YouTube. All right. Thank you so much for those of you who joined us on YouTube. We thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bishop McPherson, for being with us. Thank you so much, Minister Kimika. And we seem to have lost Dr. Shane. We thank you so much, Dr. Shane. Thank you, Nicole, for always being here, looking so beautiful in the camera behind me. Thank you so much, Pastor Kelly. Pastor Kelly is showing me something. Oh, what do I need to do with this? Tell him to press it? Okay, you can press the super sticker and the super chat in on the platform and support. Pastor Kelly, inside the studio, want to make sure you touch it. Me don't know what is that, what if you do with that? Okay, that's Mr. Producer is here. My producer, Mr. Question Brown. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for everybody who came on this evening. Miss Crawford says I enjoyed this. Yes, every now and then, we have to have a little activity, because the world is full of problems, The world full of problems. Sometimes we have to get together from near and far and have some fun. Next week, we're going to do it again. We might do something different. And next week, we're going to win some cash. It's going to be Christmas. Next week is Christmas Day, right?
Yes.
All right. For those of you who don't have much doing for Christmas Day, we're going to bless you for Christmas next week. So you want to come on, all right? So come on. We're going to be on for Christmas. For those of you who will not have anything going on and you can join us, you might be surprised. It's going to be the biggest blessing that we've given on this program. So share with somebody. Tell a friend to come on. Because if your friend win, him can share. Bishop, if you win, you give me some. That's easy as that. Right, Bishop? Right,
Yes,
sir?
sir.
Yes. And Minister
Yes,
Kimika,
sir.
if you win, you give me some.
Me not give you none. You forgive me and take it back. Me not give you none.
No, you not take it back. You give me some.
No,
That's
I
all
can't
of
do
it.
that.
A
No,
some.
Doc. No.
Right? If Natalie
Share
hold
it, share it.
No.
By the way, for those who won money before, you are not able to enter next week. But for those who want credit, you can enter. All right. So if you want credit next week, you can enter. So Bishop, you now can't give me none because you can't win. So you're out of this. You're out of this. All right. So, I see my mother-in-law just found 4. She says word, page, novel, story. And so she's missing 1. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas when it comes. And all the best for the season. Don't forget, Christ is a reason for the season. Have a wonderful Christmas. Enjoy some time with your family and your friend. Until next week, God's willing. Peace out. Take care. Bye.
All right. All right. You can't say anything wrong, no?
Peace be still. Here comes the sea.
Anchor your soul in the rock of ages. Make sure your feet upon solid rock. Safe and secure in the Lord Jehovah. Hallelujah, your anchor hold. Anchor your soul in the rock of ages. Make sure your feet upon solid rock. Safe and secure.
Peace be still.
Hallelujah, your anchor hold. The billows rise and the tempest starts.
Yes, sir.
Storm comes through, a happy look. And if it look real bad, you have a great assurance. Jehovah Shammah is the one you know.
Anchor your soul in the rock of ages. Make sure your feet upon solid rock. Safe and secure in the Lord Jehovah. Hallelujah, your anchor hold. Anchor your soul in the rock of ages. Make sure your feet upon solid rock. Safe and secure in the Lord Jehovah. Hallelujah, your anchor hold.
Show your hunger, show your hunger. Make
Make sure say your hanker, oh, show your hanker, show your hanker. Make sure say your hanker, oh, show your hanker, show your hanker. Make sure say your hanker, oh, show your hanker, show your hanker. Make sure say your hanker, oh. Make sure that your hanker, oh. Make sure that you're safe and secure. Make sure that your hanker, oh. Make sure that you're safe and secure. Me make sure that me anchor. Me make sure that me safe and secure. Me make sure that me anchor. Me make sure that me safe and secure.
Anchor your soul in the rock of the ages. Make sure your feet are solid rock. Safe and secure in the Lord Jehovah. Hallelujah, your anchor hold. Yes, it look like say you not go hold much longer. The tidal wave backs you to and fro. You slip and slide, but you keep holding on to Jesus. One thing me know is that you anchor secure.
Anchor your soul in the rock of ages. Peace be still.
Hallelujah. God bless, no man can curse. Thank you, Father, send me past the worst. Dr. KJ, no in and no hurts. Me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good, then justify. And no hide what he do for you. Say, me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good, then justify. And no hide what he do for you. Me not talk about money, me not talk about fame. Me a talk about blessings in a Jesus name. Me not talk about big house, no rings or chains. Me a talk about healing in Jesus name. This an normal something, this a Bible something. Preach the gospel and a hype something. Living for God, this a righteous something. On the stage and no hype up something. Rebuke darkness, we are the lighter. Holy Spirit are shining brighter. In a pass and fire overnight. Tell every weapon we farm, say God and me fighter. Me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good, then testify. And I hide what I do for you. Say, me bless and them fi know. Me bless and them fi know. If God been good, then testify. And I hide what I do for you. Me cup full already and I run out.